There are two certainties in life, wrote Benjamin Franklin: death and taxation. So why not combine both of those undesirable things into the single most awful thing to ever grace planet Earth? Enter the estate tax. It's a tax on the gross value of an individual's estate, meaning their available cash and any assets that they own.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here.
Before that estate is inherited by the person's heirs. So before we go any further, I'd just like to point out the obvious, which is that, of course, this estate tax, or as it's otherwise known, the death tax, is ridiculous and very distasteful because it almost incentivizes death. The state profits from it. It's like the equivalent of the IRS barging into Grandpa's funeral, seeing him in the casket and saying to his kids, "Hey, I know Grandpa just died, but come on, cough up the dough. I know you got it."
You have to basically understand you're going to do less with less, and that's where we are now.
Also, through the estate tax, you're essentially being taxed twice. Once, because before that money goes into the estate, you are paying taxes on that: property taxes, sale taxes, income taxes, payroll taxes, etc. You're paying all these taxes before you're taxed again through the death tax. But what's even more unfair is that your estate is taxed according to the fair market value of it. So if, for example, you buy for $1,000 some Chinese artifact at an auction, if over time that appreciates in value to, say, 10 grand, well, then you better believe you're paying the taxes on the higher value, the current market price of that asset. To be fair though, the estate tax is only paid by the top 1/5 of 1% in the country. So Bill Gates, for example, would have to pay this. Still, does that make it any more morally justified to tax and therefore effectively steal from him? Sure, $100 million to Bill Gates in taxation isn't that much in the grand scheme of things, but does that disparity in wealth, again, make it any more morally justified? I'm very curious to know your answer on that, because in reality, and this is true, if Bill Gates were to drop a $100 bill on the ground, it would be more profitable and reasonable for him to let that stay on the ground, because in the time it would take him to pick that up, he could be making more money. Just a heads up, Bill, don't try to skirt around the rules for the estate tax, because if you want to, say, give away your inheritance to your kids before you die, well, that is subject then to the separate gift tax.
Surprise! What the man?
At the end of the day, there's really no escaping your money being stolen by the state. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Is the estate tax reasonable? Is it a tax on the 1%? Or is it unfair and unworthy of being legal? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Peace, love, and liberty. Andrew Demeter, signing out.